Welcome in, my beautiful builders, to a brand new season of Vault Hunters. Here's the thing. I love Vault Hunters, so when I lost my 1.18 world to a hard drive issue, I was kind of mad. But then I heard about Update 9, and boy does it change some things. So today, it's time to start a brand new Vault Hunters adventure here on Update 9. And we begin, like all Minecraft worlds, by gathering some wood, getting some tools, and also getting a bed. Perfect, now we should have absolutely everything that we need to start adventuring. Well, except food. And I'm gonna need a little bit of coal, and I think I've also found my cave entrance. But before I go caving down there, I think I probably need to set up a small starter area. So I'm thinking right underneath this landmass here is kind of cool, so we'll just set up shop here for right now. Also, there is so much iron in these caves. This is gonna be a really good start. So let's go ahead and make us up some iron gear, some iron tools, and grab a water bucket for an emergency. And that should be it. We can now go mining safely. But there has been quite a few changes to Vault Hunters in Update 9. Starting first with this thing in my hand, the quest book. This is a brand new item in the game that walks you through getting started with Vault Hunters. And for the most part, I already know how to play Vault Hunters, so we're going to be skipping a lot of this, but it does give me some rewards by following through the book. And just like that, we now have ourselves our first bit of Vault Steak. Nice. And we also have other rewards that we can get just by going through this book and completing our Vault Hunters task. Such as next, we need to get some chromatic iron ingots. Which, lucky for me, is the next step I was going to do anyway. Oh, is this what I think it is? No, it's fluorite. But hey, I did find a diamond. Nice. Any more? It's just gonna be one, isn't it? It's always one for me. I am pretty in love with this cave, though. Like, it goes pretty far down. Is that chromatic iron right there? If I get all the way over here and this is fluorite again, I'm gonna be pretty mad. Oh, baby! Yes, it is chromatic iron. Now, in Update 9, this stuff is nowhere near as rare as it used to be. It used to be to where these things did not spawn if there was air blocks, but now that is no longer the case, and you can find these guys just as common as any other ore, as well as you can find it in caves. Which basically means you don't have to do any strip mining anymore. And there are a ton of quality of life updates just like that in this version of Vault Hunters. And don't worry, I'll cover most of them as we get to them. Alright, and now I need some more of those guys. I see you up there. I'm coming to you. Alrighty, so I'm up to 7 diamonds. That should be plenty for now. The next thing that I need is some vault rock, and I think I already passed some, but I don't remember where. Honestly, I probably should have marked the way I was going a little better. Aha, here it is. Perfect. And we can go ahead and grab all of these urns. Oh, and the urn had diamonds in it. Nice. That's actually pretty rare. What is this? Antique ink. What is that used for? Oh. Okay, well, we'll worry about that later. For right now, I need vault rock. And I have now cleared all of the vault rock. So I guess at this point, I can go ahead and head back up to the surface. And I'm probably gonna need other ores in the future, so we're probably gonna have to go mining again. But for right now, I want to complete my chromatic iron quest, which will give me 24 more chromatic iron ingots, which is very nice. Next, we need some vault stone and... Oh, I already mined a bunch of this stuff. Well, I guess I'm going back into the mine again. Man, this second vein of vault rock took so much longer to find. But on the bright side, another quest complete. Now I think I can get out of these caves for a bit. So now, following right along with the quest book, we should be able to make a vault rock. And what does that quest give us for completing it? Does it give us another vault rock? I think it does. That's probably... Yep, just 2 vault rocks, that's fine. Next up, we need to make the vault altar, which I don't think the recipe has changed at all. However, we don't have any obsidian right now. So I guess it's time for a diamond pickaxe and back down to at least lava level. Actually, I lied. I remembered that there was a lava lake right up here on the surface. This will be a lot easier for collecting up obsidian. And I'm just going to go ahead and collect up a good amount because we're going to need some for a nether portal in the future as well. And there we go. Now we have the vault altar, and that should be another quest complete, and we'll get a nice little stone button. That is very useful. And by that, I mean, I totally could have made one myself, but whatever, we will need that in order to start our very first vault crystals. So let's go ahead and see what we need. We need some wheat, we need some redstone, we need some rotten flesh, and we also need some diorite. Not too bad of a recipe, actually. But I think rather than making wheat myself, I'm gonna go and check this village that I see over on my map and see if maybe they have a wheat farm. That would be very useful. Plus, I can go ahead and snatch some of the villagers while we're here as well. Yes, indeed, they have wheat. Perfect. And I guess I'll go ahead and take some of you guys. So I think the last thing that I need is diorite, which I believe is found in a cold biome, if I remember correctly. So I'm going to venture out here on the surface for a minute, see if I can't find a cold biome with some diorite, and maybe even another village or something could be useful. Well, I didn't find any diorite, but I did find one of these really big villages. These are super useful. They got a lot of things in them, from redstone components to scaffolding to decorative items like candles, hay bales that we can use for wheat for the vault altar. They even have little hidden secrets like these barrels that are in the ground that contain things like crossbows with piercing on them, which is kind of cool. Arrows, which can be found in the vault altar, as well as tripwire hooks and other things. So this village is actually really, really good. Oh, and bells. I'm pretty sure they are found in the vault altar as well. Oh, and emeralds. Yes, please. These things are actually going to come in very handy here in just a minute. And they're going to come in handy because of a new feature that Vault Hunters just added, which is absolutely amazing in my opinion. And I can't wait to show you guys because it makes it to where we don't have to deal with these guys nearly as much. Oh, baby, and that is a huge find as well, a golden apple. Now, normally, not a huge deal, but in Vault Hunters, the golden apple recipe is changed, and these things are really expensive for gold. So that is a very nice find. Oh, man, I've never seen one of these before. This is a cool little building that they have here. Looks like it's some type of beekeeping nest or something, and it has some glowberries in it. Don't mind if I do. Man, these big villages are just way, way too cool. I still haven't found any diorite yet, though, so I think it's time to head back to the base, drop off some items, and then venture out in a different direction and see if I can't find some diorite. And yes, I know diorite is craftable, but I need to find a place that actually has diorite as well, because in the future, we're going to be needing a lot of it to complete vault altars. So I think it's better to go ahead and find a supply now. Well, not exactly what I was looking for. Found a big granite deposit, but not diorite. Still gonna mark this on my map though. And in case you guys are wondering why I have to go exploring in order to find diorite, Vault Hunters uses a mod called Quark, and Quark changes where the non-stone type blocks spawn in the world. So diorite, granite, and andesite each go to different types of temperatured biomes. And I believe diorite goes to cold biomes, but I may be confusing diorite and andesite. It may be that andesite goes to cold biomes and diorite goes to like jungly biomes. I just can't remember, and I haven't found any diorite in order to confirm it yet. Okay, so I just wikied it, and apparently jungles have diorite. I don't believe them, considering it also says that savannas have diorite, and I just found a savanna and it had no diorite in it. It had granite, so I don't know that I should trust this, but we're gonna give it a try. Liars! I am in a jungle, and it's andesite. So since basically every wiki page that I've seen has been wrong, I'm wondering if the Terralith mod is actually interfering with the Quark mod, meaning that the Terralith mod has actually moved diorite to some other biomes instead of where they're supposed to be, where Quark says. That's kind of the only explanation that I can think of at the moment, because right now I am not finding any diorite at all. But I don't know, at this point I'm kind of thinking that we should just keep running around on the surface until we see some diorite, because I'm not entirely sure what the Terralith generation is doing, but I do know that there are some Terralith biomes that have diorite right on the surface. By the way, this is what I've spent the significant amount of my playtime doing. Searching for diorite. Riveting content. Is that diorite right there? Please be diorite. Oh, baby, it is. I don't know what biome this is, but it is my new savior. The Sakura Valley. All right. Well, I'll take it. I will take it. It's also a very pretty area, I do have to say. But anyway, back to the base. We have our diorite, and I guess I should mark this on the map just so that we know for the future. And just for reference, this is where my base is at. And this is where I found diorite. It was uphill both ways through the snow, I'll tell you that. Ah, and there we are, home sweet home. Get in there, you piece of junk. And that is our very first vault crystal, now done. Perfect. Now, the completing of our very first vault crystal is kind of a big deal because we get a free shulker box, which is huge for running vaults because we're going to be taking a lot of things out of there, and that's going to be very, very nice to have. And next up, we have skills and talents. And this one is just a checkbox. All we got to do, click that, and then click complete, and we will get ourselves 10 emeralds, as well as we will get ourselves our very first unspent skill point. And if I hit H on my keyboard, we can go ahead and we can use our skill point to unlock any of these abilities. Well, I guess except for this one. We can't do any researches yet. And I think that I'm going to spend my very first skill point into heal because it is just super useful to have a cast ability that can give us at least a little bit of health. So I'm going to go ahead and learn that immediately. Ta-da! Now, the next quest in the quest book is Better Enchanting, and this is a brand new feature to Vault Hunters, which is what we're going to need our emeralds for that I mentioned earlier. But this thing is not exactly cheap, costing 2 chromatic iron blocks in order to make, and then we also need an enchanting table. We need 2 emeralds as well as a book. Actually, we're going to need quite a few books for this, so let's go ahead and take the books that we got from pillaging that village earlier, and we'll go ahead and make our enchantment table, and now we should be able to make the Vault Enchanter. And this thing is really cool. If we go ahead and open up the interface here, we can take something like our diamond pickaxe, put it over here into the slot, and as you can see, we can take any of these enchantments and apply it to our pickaxe for 5 emeralds as well as 1 level. So for instance, if I wanted to add Fortune 3 to my pickaxe, all I have to do is have the emeralds in my inventory as well as have the level of 1, and then go ahead and click this button, and bada bing bada boom, we got Fortune 3 on our diamond pickaxe. So we're still going to have to get villagers set up in the future in order to get emeralds as well as get some of the trades that we need for the vault altar, but it's not a requirement to go into your first vault anymore. And honestly, I love that change. And another new feature of Vault Hunters is something called a vial, which we're going to need this poppy for. So what we're going to need is a glass bottle, our poppy, and a chromatic iron ingot to get a vial. This particular vial has 6 charges and it heals 4 hit points or 2 hearts, and it recharges every 5 minutes. Now, I think that recharges every 5 minutes point means that you're going to recharge one of your 6 charges every 5 minutes. So you can't just spam this thing to death, but it is a nice form of healing inside the vaults. Now, there are other types of vials, and some of them are really expensive, although really good as well. So we have things like the brew that heals 10 hit points, but it recharges for every 150 mob kills. So this is kind of a late game item for sure. You also have the other type of vial that heals 4 hit points and recharges every 150 mob kills. So this is another one that we could have created, but 150 mob kills is quite a lot for 1 charge. We also have the mixture that heals 8 hit points every 5 minutes, the potion that heals 6 hit points every 150 mob kills, and then we also have the potion that heals 6 hit points and recharges every 5 minutes. This is probably the next upgrade that we're going to get, to be honest, because this seems like the best option next. But we'll worry about that later on. For right now, we have another quest to complete, which is the potions quest. Next up, our soul pouch. Now, you guys are probably familiar with this thing already. We've used it several times in past playthroughs, but basically what it does is it collects our souls that we get from the vault. And that's actually something that's changing in this version of Vault Hunters. Every single spawner inside of the vault is going to be a fizzle spawner, meaning that after it spawns a set amount of mobs, it is going to fizzle out and destroy itself. The only exception to that, I believe, is spawners that spawn in a dungeon. Those guys still do not despawn, so they will constantly spawn mobs. However, most of the spawners in your POIs or your points of interest are only going to spawn a set amount of mobs, and then they're going to fizzle out and disappear. Now with that, that makes soul shard farming a little bit harder, but not only that, only the first wave of mobs spawned from a spawner is going to drop soul shards. However, I do think that those mobs drop them at like 1,000 times the rate than what they used to, so theoretically it's perfectly balanced now, as all things should be. We'll definitely give that a test though as we get into the vaults. But anyway, this is now our shard pouch done, and we should now be able to collect infinite amounts of soul shards while we're in the vaults. And that is another quest complete, and we're gonna get our very first soul shards. Only 32, so nothing to be extremely excited about, but I think they should go directly into my pouch. Yep, there we go, our first 32. Nice. And believe it or not, that's actually it. That is the last bit of preparation that we can do before we go into our first vault. So you guys know what that means. It's time for our very first vault. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm a bit nervous as always for my first vault, but I'm also excited. So let's get in here. Alrighty, so very first vault is Beginner's Insurance as well as Beginner's Grace. Beginner's Insurance means that we're not going to have any trapped chests, and Beginner's Grace will last all the way up to level 20, and it means that we will not lose our inventory if we die in here. So that means we will not lose our progression, which is very nice. Another thing that has changed in this version of Vault Hunters is these monoliths right up here. These things are our goal for this particular vault, and yeah, they have gotten a lot easier to find. These things used to be kind of a pain and kind of a pain to finish, but now there's basically one in almost every room. So Iskall has done us a huge favor by making those a lot easier. It means that we should be able to complete this vault without too much issue. But it is now looting time, baby. Let's do this thing. Ooh, and our first pylon as well, what we get regenerates all your health. I am actually not going to touch that right now. We may hit it on our way out of the room. I have full health right now, so not gonna waste that. Everything being a fizzle spawner is going to be so nice. Absolutely incredible. Nice! Our very first vault diamond. That is always good to find. And another thing that should help us out in this new version of Vault Hunters is the crates that you get from completing a vault have also been significantly buffed. So if we complete this monolith vault, our crate that we get and the items that we get out of it should be pretty good. We should get, you know, at least a couple pieces of gear or so out of it. So completing the vaults is definitely worth it now. And there's our second monolith already. That means that this vault is completed. Nice. Find the exit. We are not going to find the exit yet because I want to continue looting, but that is a pretty significant experience boost that we get from completing the vault, as well as we should get a pretty good loot crate out of it. So that is very good. We also have our very first ore POI over here that I want to go ahead and pick up. Can you go ahead and die, my friend? Thank you. I'll go ahead and break that. What is this? +2 regeneration for 60 seconds. Not going to hit that right this second, but I may here in a minute. Oh, baby, this ore POI is even better. Nice. Look at all these gems, baby. And I know at this point I should probably really be focusing on living chests. That way we can actually unlock some mods, but I have a hard time passing up any ore POIs. I don't know why, but when they're there, I always pick them up because I seem to always be out of things, especially like biniatite. I'm always out of that stuff. So hopefully some of the recipe changes, if there have been recipe changes since I last played, hopefully it's a little bit more lenient on the Benny boys. Oh man, and the next room also has a monolith. I don't need another one, but definitely there are more of them. Iskall was not lying about that. Nice! Release the Skyfall King. Oh, that's such a fun little advancement to get. It always surprises me when I get it too, because I'm never thinking about it. Nice, my first living chest area, and not bad at all. Go ahead and get out of the way, Mr. Barrel. Thank you. A little bit of knowledge essence, some burger parts and such, and the rest of this, we'll take the eternal soul, I guess. Withered bone, I don't think I need. You know what? I'm just gonna take it. I'm just gonna take it anyway. I don't remember what all I need for everything, so probably best to just take everything for right now. Alrighty, and with only 2.5 minutes remaining, I think it's time that we head for the exit. And overall, not an amazing vault, but pretty decent for a first vault. I will definitely take it, and with a minute remaining, we are out of here with plus 7,928 experience. The objective with 5,000 experience is just absolutely nutty. Plus, we got ourselves a monolith crate. That is absolutely amazing, and that brings us all the way up to level 3. The leveling for Vault Hunters has gotten a significant increase. We're no longer going to be spending so much time at the beginning of the game. Instead, we're going to be able to power level, in a sense, do some pretty good gear as well as some pretty good upgrades relatively quickly, which honestly, I'm pretty excited about. I don't like these lower levels of Vault Hunters, and I really liked where we can get to those upper levels where we actually have some pretty good gear and some nice mods unlocked. But overall, this is our haul from that vault. Not too terribly bad. I will definitely take it. 3 vault diamonds, not amazing, but I will definitely take it. And then the knowledge essence of 22, still a long way off from a knowledge star. But we also have our monolith crate here that we need to open. Hopefully we get something good out of it. Boom! Okay. All right. I'm seeing some jewels. I see a helmet. I see what looks like an axe. I see vault diamonds. I even see a vault chest plate there. Let's go ahead and take my torches out of my offhand, and let's see what all we got. First off, a mystery box, which gave us some Larimar. Hey, I will take that. Not bad. And then we also got ourselves some bronze, some relic packs, nothing, of course. And then it looks like we got a helmet and an axe to roll. As for gems, we got a size 80 chipped jewel with plus 371 durability. Okay, that's not great, but not horrible. Ornate affinity, which isn't bad, but plus 88 size. That's not too good, I don't think. And then pulverizing for 65 size. That is, I think, pretty good, because this allows us to convert cobble to gravel, and then gravel to sand, and then sand to dust, I believe. Although I'm not sure that dust is in Vault Hunters. I think it only goes down to sand, but that's actually pretty good. That could be useful. And then we got ourselves an augment, a couple of vault diamonds, and some vault silver. What is an augment used for? I am hitting the uses button and it's doing nothing, so I have no idea. We'll have to figure that out. Let's go ahead and roll all of our pieces of gear, and let's see what we get. Oh, I like the nice new sounds. That is very nice. We got ourselves a Vault Axe, which has 9.5 attack damage. That is not too shabby. A little bit of attack range there, attack speed, durability. I mean, to be honest with you, this is definitely going to be better than my iron sword. 9.5 attack damage. That's way better. And then our Vault Helmet has 4 armor, where our iron helmet only has 2. So that's a significant upgrade. Plus, it has an additional 2 armor in the prefixes. So that is 6 armor total right there. Plus, we get additional critical hit resistance, durability, mana, as well as soulbound. That is not a bad vault helmet. I will definitely take that. And then this is our vault chestplate, which has increased item rarity. I'll definitely take that, and 4 armor. So it looks like our armor bar is actually going to go up pretty significantly here. We're almost to a full bar already. That is pretty good. We went from 4 armor all the way up to, it looks like we're going to get 7. So Yeah, I'll definitely take that. So I think with the items that we just got from that vault, we should now be able to get our next pieces of equipment. First off, the bounty table, and then also the black market. So what the bounty table does is it allows us to collect bounties while we're in the vault. So for instance, let's say that I want to accept this bounty. This is finding 9 vault essence inside the vault. Once we find 9 vault essence, we can come back here and collect our bounty and collect up 3 vault diamonds, 39 emeralds, some vault silver, and some vault bronze. Not bad. And then we have 3 bounties that we can activate at a time. But as of right now, because we don't have an ability unlocked, we can only activate 1 at a time. So do we want to collect vault essence? Do we want to kill skeletons? Or do we want to complete a vault? This is actually mostly determined by what you have as your rewards as to which one you want to prioritize, because you can actually re-roll bounties if you have bounty perils. However, they're a little bit rare, so it's better to just complete them and then let these guys recycle themselves if you can. The other item is the black market, and the black market has a really cool texture to it, and what it does is it allows us to spend our soul shards on different items. So we can get leggings, we can get a catalyst that has an ornate and some random negative modifier on it, we can get a jewel, and this thing refreshes every, I believe it's 2 hours now. So in 40 minutes, we'll have 3 brand new trades. Right now, I only have 188 soul shards, so we're not going to be able to buy anything at all, but this is what this does, and I wanted to at least check the trades to see if there was anything that I wanted. But this guy, the bounty system, is really what I need to unlock next and set up. So which one of these bounties do I want to do? I'm kind of feeling that we should do the Vault Essence one because we really need Vault Diamonds for Knowledge Stars. So kind of thinking this one, plus we get some emeralds that we can use to enchant our new gear when we get it. So I say we activate that one and we'll look for Vault Essence while we're in the vault. And as for my unspent skill points, I don't think it's even close. We're immediately going to pick up Vein Miner, which is going to be a huge upgrade for us, as well as I'm going to pick up Dash, and I'm also going to pick up a level in Strength. So this will give me permanently Strength 1, so that we will deal a pretty significant amount more damage to mobs. 3 base damage is nothing to shy away from. That is very, very good. And then Vein Miner, we know how that works. And then Dash ability can just get us out of some tight spots. Now, one thing that I am curious about is if they put Dash back to the way it used to be, or if level 1 Dash is still kind of weak. So let's just run here. Okay, it's not bad. It's not bad. I think it's back to how it used to be. I don't think that it is that really, really weak dash that we used to have. I think they fixed it, at least a little bit. I just kind of want to see. Yeah, I figured that. I figured Strength 1 was going to be enough to one-hit a cow. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be where I wrap up for today. I hope you enjoyed our brand new series here on Vault Hunters, and I am really looking forward to the next episode already. This quest book made it so easy to get through things, and to be honest with you, I'm kind of wondering how far this is going to go, because it says more to come. I don't know if they're going to add more quests or what, but definitely looks like it at least goes to level 20 and even a little bit beyond. So I'm pretty excited about the quest book. I think that it leads very nicely one thing into the other so far. So great addition to the mod pack, as well as the enchanter back there. I'm super excited. But anyway, guys, that's going to be it for me today. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. You guys have a great day.